So the other day I did a video and I'm getting a little bit of blowback from, you know, mentioning Keith Kalfas and the equipment thing and all that. And one guy was saying, Brian over at Brian's Lawn Maintenance to call Keith a very highly successful landscaper. I mean, that's all I was saying. It doesn't look like it. One guy was coming at me talking about, you know, I'm hating on Keith, and I mean, I didn't say one bad thing. I mean, I said that, well, you know, I don't see how you're a highly successful landscaper if you don't have any equipment. That's and you know, for all I know, he's got a barn full of equipment somewhere, but he just ain't showed nobody, I guess. I don't know. But he shows everybody everything else, shows all the latest, you know, camera gear and lighting and, you know, tools and, you know, hand tools, you know, the best rakes and shovels that you can buy, I guess. But I haven't seen, you know, and, you know, I ain't nobody. You don't have to show me nothing. I mean, I'm doing what I need to do. But I'm not hating on, at least that's not my intention. I'm just stating a fact. Fact is, I've never seen him. I have never seen him, and it's a fact. I know what I've seen and what I haven't seen. I've never seen him do lawn maintenance, you know, on a scale that a highly successful landscaper would be, right? Never seen it. I ain't saying he don't do it, but I haven't never seen it. So is that hating? Or I thought I was just pointing out the obvious. It's pretty obvious, really. I mean, and I might be wrong, man. But don't come at me saying I'm hating, man. Shit, I like Keith. I mean, I think he does a lot of inspirational type stuff, you know. You know, but I mean, there's only so much you can talk about, you know, when you're talking about getting customers and, you know, how to get jobs and, you know, all that. Only so much you can really talk about. I mean, it's all the same thing. At least with somebody else that's doing, even Brian, at least they're doing a lot of different lawns, and you got different things going on every day. I just don't see how you can be all that and not own no equipment. And if you do, and if he does have a bunch of equipment, then most guys that have a lot of equipment, they show it because it's something to be proud of. Because that's the hard part of being in this business. Getting work ain't the problem if you got equipment. Keeping customers ain't a problem if you got equipment. If you got the equipment, then, you know, everything else is damn near second nature. You're not gonna lose customers if you got top equipment and you know how to use it. Unless you're just sorry. I guess you can just be sorry. Keith does not strike me as sorry. So, but he does a lot of heavy lifting labor work. I mean, for somebody that trims trees and been trimming trees and doing all the things that he does for, I don't know how long he's been in business, but he's been in business. It ain't like he just started last year. You know, most guys that they get 5, 6, 10 years in, they done figure some stuff out, and I guess he has. He figured that he can make more of the YouTube game than anywhere else. I probably would agree with that. Or the social media influencing game. You know. But if you're in a business, the same business for 10 years plus, you're gonna have equipment. I mean, ain't nobody gonna, I mean, I don't know, man. There ain't no way I'll run my business if I had to go rent equipment. And we know the rental equipment thing. The guys that are justifying renting equipment, you're ridiculous. You're not gonna rent. One guy came in there and said Oh, in my area, I can rent a skid steer for $300. I call BS on that, dude. You're not going to rent no skid steer for $300. Maybe, well, I don't want to say you're not, but I don't know what kind of machine you're going to get for $300 a day. And you got to be able to haul it too. And there ain't no way you're getting a machine for $300 a day. And I mean, I don't know. Maybe you can rent a mini skid for $300 a day, but you ain't gonna rent a full-size skid for that. Not in my area. You're gonna be at about $800 a day. One guy was saying, you know, it's better to rent. And I'm like, okay, so if that's the case, how would you have done this job that I just did over here that I'm going to look at now? How would you have done it? You got to have a skid, right? You got to have a stump grinder. You got to have a power rake. You got to have a grapple bucket. You got to have pallets, forks. I mean, could you imagine trying to rent all that shit, man? I've never even seen in any other rental places in my area that I've used, I've never seen a skid steer stump grinder. You know, a stump grinder that goes on front of a skid steer where they rent it. I've never seen one. Never. I'm not saying they're not out there, but I haven't seen one that's ever been available. Never. So what do? You got this job over here. Now you can't even, you're not even in control of the timing of the job. You got to wait until you get the equipment. And then you better hope it ain't raining when as soon as you get the equipment to the job. You got, I mean, you're going to be at, you know, $1,500, $1,800 a day if you had to rent everything. Because I know you ain't renting a skid like mine for no $300 man, a day. Just like the man lift. The man lift, he was saying man lifts $200 a day. No, they're not. That's a lie, dude. Quit telling yourself that. They're $450 a day, $500 a day, $600 a day. My little 35 footer is $450 a day. If you get one any bigger than that, it's going to probably be $550, $650, $850. One like I've got and I own, it's like $480 a day. That's what they rent them for around here. But you think you're gonna rent a skid for over $300? I don't know, man. I don't know about that. But you wouldn't be able to do a job like I just did. And if you could, please explain. And anybody in the comments, man, y'all give me some insight. How would somebody go about doing a job like that? I'm sure that guys that don't own all that equipment do jobs like that. I'm just trying to figure out how, and I mean, and make money at it. What happens if the rental yard don't have a stump grinder but they got the power rake, or vice versa? You got to have all these things at the same time. That's a problem. and the rental's killing you. And don't let the rental equipment break down, which we all know that happens a pretty good bit. And then the timing of everything, you ain't running nothing. If you're renting all the equipment, you're not running nothing. The only time that kind of thing works out in the real world is if it's your mother-in-law or father-in-law or somebody's that you know really good, a relative's house or something that you're doing the work in. But just a normal everyday customer, come on, man. There ain't no way. I don't see it. But I'm not trying to, I don't hate on Keith. I like Keith, man. You know, but he's not a big boy landscaper. I mean, come on, dude. And maybe you guys know, y'all might know more than me. You know, I mean, I don't even know the dude. I'm just telling you what I see. And the YouTube is all about what I see. It ain't what people tell me, because I ain't hearing none of that. is such a strong word, y'all. I didn't think I was being disrespectful at all. I was just pointing out, you know, that I don't see him with a lot of equipment, so I don't see how he can have a big boy landscape business. But I guess it's all about what the definition of a highly successful landscape business is. You're not going to have one if you don't own no equipment. With an F-150, man, it ain't rocket science, man.